up, ladies and gentle mushrooms? How you guys doing? I'm on my way today to Moreno Valley. I got a job interview out here today to carry around a bunch of old folks and whatnot, medical transportation. Man, I've been applying to literally everything. Went to a lifeguard thing, medical transportation. I'm just grabbing whatever I can get at this point, man. But I got an interview in Moreno Valley. If you guys ain't familiar with that city, if you guys remember my videos where I was getting my big old glizzards at Portillo's, it's pretty much all the way out where that is. It's kind of a drive. It's like 23 miles out, but it ain't so bad on a motorcycle. Oh cool, you're gonna get over and just stick the dog up. But yeah, we're heading out to Moreno Valley. Got some MLB 24 lined up with my pops today too. I'm gonna be streaming that on Twitch. I've got him back into his little baseball game, his little baseball phase. Some of my favorite times playing ball over, because you know he lives in Texas, so it's a fun way for us to bond with each other and play with each other on games while he's, you know, all the way in Texas. I think I'm gonna have to pick me up a couple glizzards though while I'm here, honestly. I just realized I forgot a backpack, so I have nothing to take them home in, so I'll have to eat them there. Or actually, I remember last time I just put it in front of my tits and just zipped my jacket up over the blizzard. So I had a blizzard, I had a literal wiener against my chest on the whole ride home. So I might be able to just do that, to be honest. Man, have you seen the new Yamaha R9 that came out? I don't know what it is, but I'm sure it's a cool bike, because doesn't it have like the MT-09 engine in it? It's cool. I know it's all probably re-geared and stuff, but I'd rather have an MT-09 than an R9. That's for damn sure. You want to know what the peak Yamaha motorcycle was that I even think's more gorgeous than anything any other brand has made? Is the 2012 R1. The one Downshift 83 had, dude, that bike was like peak motorcycle. If you do like a low mount exhaust on that thing and just kind of have the tail exposed, dude, that thing looks so gorgeous, dude. Way gorgeous. And the sound was absolutely menacing on that bike. I don't think there's ever been a nicer R1 since like the 2012 R1. And to this day, I would gladly take one of those bikes, but I feel like those are probably shooting up in price nowadays, especially now with Yamaha just kind of like just doing everything in their power to make their bikes so much more unappealing. I say that as I really want an MT-09, but the MT-10's pretty cool too, but I feel like the MT-10's more it's more of a bulky, like girthy chode, whereas the MT-9's like a more streamlined yet really powerful, really fun bike. I haven't got to take a look at what Kawasaki's new 2025 lineup looks like. I saw Honda's. Honda's don't look too shabby. I'm glad Honda hasn't strayed away from making their like $1,000 or anything and doing all this dumb like turning their bikes into triples and whatnot. I think the only triples I'm really in love with are the MT-09 for one, and the speed triple like that Delinka has. That speed triple is such a smooth, really beautiful sounding bike. I can see why Delinka loves that bike so much. And I heard, and I'm sure it's just a rumor as always, but I heard the DRZ 400's finally going EFI. And if that happens, dude, that bike's probably going to be flying off the showroom floors, dude. I think that's all everyone's been asking for years now, is the DRZ 400 to turn into a fuel-injected bike. Dude, dealing with carburetors in 2024 on a brand new bike is just, that's preposterous. It's preposterous. Speaking of DRs, DR200. Damn, you had that old 90s looking paint style on it too. That's badass. But yeah, bikes are starting to look more and more like futuristic looking and stuff. They look pretty cool. Like the R9 styling ain't the worst, but like once you take that tail tidy off of it and whatnot, it'll probably look really nice. Clean up that ass end a bit. The only thing I hate about going to Moreno Valley is the 60, dude. The 60 freeway is so AIDS, dude. I could have taken Wretched Canyon with the donkeys, but I left a little later than I should have. So I'm just gonna have to take the 60 here. That's what all this traffic's for, is for people getting on the 60. Yeah, is there any new 2025 bikes that are tickling your guys' fancy at all? So far, I've seen nothing that I'm really like, damn, that's sick, man. I still would really like an MT-09, just for like, they're like, they got the perfect power band for street usability. I'm a big fan of the upright, obviously, the naked bike for easy maintenance, you can take off on a dime on those bikes because all the low end torque. I just love them, man. Riding my buddy Sharp's MT-09 when we did that Angeles Crest Highway ride really opened my eyes to how much I really want one of those. I did want an MT-07 before that, like the one the Garden Kent had. His bike, but he's like a 5-head with his bikes, and he knows how to set them up perfectly. And his bike was perfect before he did that whole adventure bike setup on it, which that's cool too, don't get me wrong, but like in an MT-07 form that he had, it looked really, really good, and rode really, really good. I gotta be careful splitting these inside lanes. Yeah, so this job, it's not my favorite position, but it's 3 days, but sadly with rotating Sundays, so it's supposed to be, I think it's Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays, and then every other week rotating Sundays. So this will definitely be a job just to kind of hold me over until I find something better. Speaking of weekends, I just snagged a ticket. I'm gonna go out with Johnny to the Santa Ana Observatory to go see Body Snatcher again live for the second time. Johnny was supposed to go to that with me, but he wasn't able to make it, and he really likes Body Snatcher as well, and I'm overly stoked. So it's going to be the band Distant, Fit For an Autopsy's headlining, and then Body Snatcher's going to be there. That's going to be an absolutely, like, I might get injured in the pit at that show. It's going to be absolutely horrendously brutal. I can't wait. It's going to be so sick, dude. You know what, something I'd like to see Honda do on newer motorcycles is I'd like to see them do something where they bump the ground power up a bit. Maybe put like a 200 250 cc motor in it. Make something with a little more power in it. That'd be awesome. Like, keep the size factor, but just put a little bit more power into it. Nothing crazy. Maybe like a bored out motor or something. But because isn't the 125 that? It's just like a bored out 50 cc motor in there. Like, it's like that same, like, kind of looking, kind of designed 50 cc motor they have and just bored it out. That'd be cool if they could do something like that, but like throw like a 200 cc or a 250 cc in there. That'd be awesome. But like something factory made, engineered for it through Honda, that'd be awesome. I always felt like the Grom could just use a tad more power. Like, I'm happy with how it is, don't get me wrong, but that'd be a cool little concept. Pretty sure that'll never ever happen, but the concept is cool to think about. Alright boys, I'm approaching my interview spot. I'm going to conserve my batteries for the ride home because my dumbass forgot to pack my second battery. And on the way back, we'll be taking Richie Canyon, which is where all the wild asses, aka the wild donkeys. So I'll see you guys after my interview.
Don't bite it, don't be much with it now, just suck it.
Oh yeah, you know I had to come to Portillo's and get some big old wieners. Well, I got two Polish dogs, hot Chicago style, and as I figured, I couldn't finish them both, so I ate one and I crammed one in my little rear storage, and I ain't talking about my ass. Alright, we're gonna be taking Reche Canyon home now. Let's hope we see some donkeys. Let's hope they sound like Eddie Murphy too as well. Man, it's been forever since I had Portillo's. That shit was fire. I feel like their prices went up. I got two Polish dogs and it was 15 bucks just for two Polish dogs. I remember last time it being like 12 bucks. So as with everything in life, everything's going up, especially out here. I think it's safe to say that California is probably the most literally the most expensive state out of all the states in the United States of America. Man, screw paying for gas and some shit like that. Those fill-ups got to be $100 plus easy. I think it's really cool how they kept Reche Canyon here like a little slice of the Wild West. I love going through Reche Canyon. It just has that like old school vibe to it. Then you got wild donkeys, which makes it even that much more cool. Let's hope we see them. I feel like they're only out on certain times of days. Look, we even got a donkey crossing sign. Hey, yo, you got some ass crossing through here, dog. I hope I see at least one ass through here. Ooh, that Cobra was clean, dog. Alright, wild ass, where are you? Some of them come through here, but it ain't till we hit the actual, like, Reche Canyon right here. Damn, that house's driveway is wild. Look at this whole gorgeous view. The view's better coming up this because I can't really turn my head and look, but... We're about to pass the nudist camp, too. Oh, speaking of the nudist camp, there was somebody sent me a story. Some guy murdered their neighbor in here and buried them like under their trailer or some shit, which is really creepy to think about. Look, a whole pile of donkey shit just in the middle of the road. Oh, look, a mattress of the day down here even. Well, let's see, they got an old school like sheriff car right there, the black and white. That's badass looking. Man, where's the donkeys, man? I need to see one. I need to see one for full satisfaction. Wow, there we go. Oh shoot, there's a bunch of them. Hey, I always see them in that field. That's a big spot for them. There's some under the tree right there. You probably can't see them very well. Oh, there's a baby laying down next to him. Oh yeah, an update on this job. So this job was supposed to do medical transportation, and I found it through Indeed. I'm starting to understand Indeed is nothing but a scam. Ever since I've been on Indeed, I've been getting like the most massive influx of like, this is this political candidate. I need only $5 right now with some fishy link in the text messages. I get those almost daily ever since I've been on Indeed. I've only had about 2 callbacks out of hundreds of apps through Indeed I've put out. So it's safe to say I've just been throwing all my information out there and just selling it, which is very depressing to think about. So this was supposed to be some like local med transport job, right? So I'm supposed to be doing medical transportation to people, yada yada. Well, guess what? Not only was the interview at a Starbucks, which is already sketchy in its own right, they all of a sudden go, oh yeah, so you will be having to most likely go to Vegas, Blythe, and Bakersfield. And I'm under this impression from the ad that it was a local, like I'm just driving locally, like maybe hospital, clinics, yada yada. And they throw this Vegas shit at me, and I'm like, bitch. And right when I heard that, I was like, I just wasted all this time right now coming here. So yeah, that's most likely not gonna pan out, so that sucks. And we're back in San Bernardino. Tunnel exhaust. Well, ladies and gentle cocks, that's going to conclude the video today. I appreciate you guys watching. I want to take you along on my literal sketch, worthless interview journey that's going to go nowhere with anything cool of a job. And hope you guys enjoyed coming along with me. As always, all links will be down below if you support me in any way, shape, or form. Get one of my shirts. There's stickers on the Teespring now as well. And yeah. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the out of that like button. And you guys have yourself a real good day. I'll see you guys later.